Are you wondering how to speak in a meeting without fear? How to actually be confident when it's your turn to speak? Whether you're stating your opinion, giving an update, or providing a presentation, I have a simple, easy framework that will help you do it. Hi, I'm Cathy. I'm a business and life strategist and certified professional coach. I help people like you every single day build their confidence, get out of their own way, and actually gain traction to achieve their goals. Let's just jump right into this rich content that I have for you. I created this framework to use for conquering your fear of meetings or any time that you need to present. It's 3 little words, 3 little steps that will help you gain the confidence in any speaking situation. I have used them for years and have taught many people about them. This is what I call the KCA Method. Step 1, the K in KCA stands for no. This step forms your talking points. If you're giving the presentation, then make sure you have 3 main points that you want them to know before you go into that meeting. You can even start with it as your agenda. Here's what we're going to talk about. And then you tell them all the juicy good stuff, the meat of what that information's about. And at the end, you can recap and give just a quick, so we covered this, this, and this. If you're asked to bring an update to the meeting, ask yourself, what is it that this group of people needs to know that has happened since the last time we got together? Jot your 3 notes down and come to the meeting prepared for those. If there's an on-the-fly request, when you're just asked, what do you think about it? Again, always be prepared. As you're in the meeting, jot quick notes down as people are commenting and talking about things and have an opinion about them. You could even bridge 2 parts. If you like something that somebody else said and something another person you said, you can even talk about how the 2 of them would work really well together. There is a million possible scenarios, but those ones are good for today. Just know the tip. 3 quick things I want to make sure that I impart on them today. Let's get into step 2. Step 2, the C in KCA stands for connect. This step forms the actions that you take during the meeting. There's a variety of different ways to connect. I'll talk to you about 3 of them today. You don't have to have something for every one of these. It's kind of the choose your own adventure part of the KCA method. So decide after I talk about the 3, how do you want to connect with your group and take the actions accordingly from there. The 3 topics for connection I would say today would be feel, bridge, and share. So feel is ask yourself, how do I want them to feel when I am done talking? It could be, I want them to feel supported. I want them to be motivated, excited, or confident. I know. There's a saying, don't ever talk about feelings in business. Even before COVID, research had said that at any given moment, up to 30%, only 30% of a North American workforce was engaged. So if you don't have engagement in your company and you don't have connection, maybe feeling is the part that you're missing out on. Now, how do you want them to feel? Let's address the feelings. How do you want them to feel about your idea you're sharing? Do you want them to feel like they're heard, informed, inspired? What do you mean, how do I want them to feel? So a couple possible scenarios. You might want them to feel at ease and relaxed. So one of the actions I would probably take for that is to act as the host. Be the one that gets them comfortable with being in the room with you. Be the host and support them and make sure that you're letting them know that you are a confident person that would be great to be either part of the team if it's an interview for a role or in front of their audience if it's an interview with their people. If you're talking to other departments or executives or people that want to be in the know of something that's going on in your area, they just might want to feel like they know what's happening. So share with them all of the information, even the tough parts. Don't sugarcoat everything for them. Be open and be honest and talk about the feelings and how things were and how you've worked through them with your team. The other one is bridge. So like I talked to before, you might want to bridge ideas of if somebody said this, Sally said this great idea and George said that great idea, and you want to combine the 2, you can say they're both great ideas and I could see how we can make this work together. That could be something that you say. But if you think of bridging the gap between ideas, thoughts, and people in the room. Sometimes it's helping bridge if so-and-so is saying that they're working on this in their department. You might remember that somebody else has done that before and say, you know, it might be great if you 2 connect. So go ahead and bridge people too, not just thoughts and ideas. Share. Share. If you don't know what to say, think, or do, go ahead and share what you're thinking or share what your next steps are. If a topic comes up and you've just had a presentation on something and you're asked your opinion, share what the next thing you're going to do is. Say, based on the information that we had today, here's what I'm going to do next when I go back to my team. So share, either connect with them on how you want them to feel, bridge ideas, thoughts, or people, or share how you're feeling or what you're going to do next. Before we head into number 3, if you want a free copy of my KCA Method checklist, I'll have a note here that will tell you how you can go about and get that. I would love for you to use it as you plan your next presentation when you're talking to other people. Let's move on to step 3. The A in KCA stands for ask. This step forms the invite to next steps. What ask do you have of them? Always, always, always have an ask. It can be something relevant to the content. It could be something forward moving, like an invitation. Come see me with questions is an ask. It could also be something that's in line with your corporate goals. It can be default ask, something that you always ask the same group of people that is in line with your corporate goals. So an example of a default ask, I'll give you 2 real life examples that I've used. What I might do with my team as I'm preparing them for meetings that they're going into is I might ask them to help share our strategic value beyond just the number of calls that we answered and the service level we provided. So for other teams that are interacting with us, one of my default asks was to contact us and keep in touch with us early and often when anything might be changing in the company, because we would probably get the calls first. So that allowed us to be a source of information for the company. It also allowed us to be a strategic partner with other departments, and it allowed us to support our coworkers. Those 2 back pocket asks that I had really worked together to make sure that we were helping to achieve our corporate goals. So repeat after me. I will always, always, always have an ask. Having said that, I have an ask of you. What small step in the KCA method could you put into practice this week? What would help you be a little bit more comfortable when you're speaking to other people? Will you jot down those 3 quick notes? Will you make sure that you connect and make sure that you have an ask when you're interacting with other people? Go ahead and practice and come and let me know how you're doing. I would love to cheer you on. And if you feel this would benefit anybody else, please share it with them. Here's your 3 steps to the KCA method. Step 1 is know. Know the 3 main points that you want to talk about. These will help form your talking points for your meeting. Step 2 is connect. This step forms the actions that you take. How do you want them to feel? How are you going to bridge between people and ideas and thoughts? How are you going to share? What are you going to share? 3 is ask. Make sure that you're open and have an invitation and you're proactive in meeting your goals. Remember, that step forms the pathway to your next steps. Don't forget to like this video if it helped you. Subscribe for more tips on how to achieve the goals that your soul is aching for. Hit the bell to be reminded. Thanks so much for watching.